Right then, we'll do a bit on fitting your sprocket. One thing you really need to pay attention to is the cleanliness of inside in here and on the back of it as well. Now the reason being is that this part here is the bit that forms the oil seal for your gearbox. You've got two oil seals. You've got one for your main shaft, which is this little one, which seals onto the shaft, and then you've got another oil seal which is on your bearing. Now the way it works is that this part here and this part here press against each other to form an oil seal, and that works great. The only problem with it is a slight design thing if you want to call it that, is that there is no real oil seal on this spline. So a little trickle of oil can get past this seal here and trickle down past this spline on here, and then you'll get a drip, especially if you park your bike on side stand on a steep angle. So the way to overcome that is simply to put some silicone on the inside of this spline for when you push it on, then the oil can't get down it. Makes perfect sense, I think. But to do that, silicone will not stick to anything that's oily, so you've got to completely degrease this front part of the spline and all of your sprocket. If you don't do that, the silicone will not stick and it'll just come out, get pushed out that way. You need a silicone that is oil compatible as well, not just any old silicone. Now what you don't want to do is get silicone in your bearing, and you don't want silicone on the threads. The way I do it is I put this on first. I just want to show this bearing face on here because you don't see it. I want to make sure you can see it properly. So the oil seal in your bearing in here seats onto here, onto this edge around here. In fact, on mine you can see where it's polished, where the seal's been. So you got a good oil seal here and you got a good oil seal onto your main shaft. Where you don't get a good oil seal is down the middle of here. So you put a bit of silicone in here, but just at the beginning here, all the way around, and that just forms a seal to stop it leaking. You want grease in your bearing for assembly, or your assembly oil in your bearing, but you don't want any silicone in there. So you don't want to be putting silicone on there and then pushing this on, because it'll just push your silicone straight into your bearing. It's just tight between on your casing and the top of the spline. You put a bit of silicone around that edge. I use a cotton bud because it's easy to control, and then a little bit on all your on the splines, not on the main shaft. This is not in the book, this is just my idea. I think a few others do it as well, but this stuff takes 24 hours to go off. You just put a little stream all the way around. Just take a little bit of time to make sure it's on every spline, the tops and the bottoms of the splines. I'm only using a little tiny toffee hammer for doing this, so it's not, it might sound as if I'm belting it, but I'm not. There you go, it's just slid onto oil seal. So did you see it slide back? It's left a bit of silicone on the thread, which just wipe it off, and then you leave that 24 hours to dry. So we'll reconvene doing that bit tomorrow. Right, so we need to now fit the tab washer, which is this. It's got tangs on it, and the tangs fit into the spline, but there is also a little O-ring, and that fits into the groove, you fit the tab washer, which slides it into position like that. Then you put your nut on. Very important is clean this, and it's also very important because it's a very fine thread. Find its start by turning it in the opposite direction until you feel it click, which is the start of the thread. Otherwise you might cross thread it. It's very easy to cross thread this, and you definitely don't want to cross thread this at this stage. There you go. Tighten it up by hand first. Oh, I forgot to say, I put the chain on here. I forgot to film. You cannot do this job without this box spanner. It's 1 7/8". You can't do this without it. Don't even try. If you haven't got right size, you're just going to end up with probably a hernia. So now it's just a matter of bending over the locking tabs. There she's going. Good. Now that can't undo. Okay, so we need to put some Avro juice around this face here. What this gasket does, here it is, this gasket here. Oh, here we go. What that does is it prevents oil inside your clutch basket, inside your primary case, leaking out through here and then dripping on floor. On your cover that fits onto there, there's an oil seal. This oil seal fits around the shaft on here, so that needs to be in good condition. Change it for a new one if you're in any doubt. I've already started putting a bit of Avro juice on, as long as it's a good thin smear. Your gasket does 99% of the work. Your Avro juice is just picking up any track marks, really. And we shall just fit the gasket. Like so. And then we'll fit the cover. Letters up. A little bit of assembly lube around that. Where that oil seal is going to go. You just wriggle it on and just put your screws in. So it's important that when these go in, they stay in. So I put a little bit of Avro juice on each one. Tighten it right up, just nip it, that's all it wants. It's very important you pay attention to details to stuff like this. If you don't, it will bite you very hard when you least expect it. And we can go around and tighten these up. Okay, good. Wipe off any excess. Now it's all dried and everything's clean. Now we need to centre pop the corners of each. That stops them coming unscrewed. Just out the end of the slot, your screw slot. As long as you centre pop it and you're deforming it into the cover, even with lots of vibration, it's not going to come undone. It makes a huge difference to how long these things last before they need to be serviced.